name is Chloe. My pronouns are she, they. I am bisexual. I say bisexual, I prefer the term queer, just the general not straightness. My pre-lockdown life was pretty hectic. I work 2 jobs. I didn't do much socially. Working 2 jobs and being sad all the time is quite exhausting. I have a history of mental health things, so I have depression and anxiety, and just started the process of having a mental health evaluation for some kind of bipolar as well, so that's all happening in my brain.
My name is Haley. Pronouns are she, her, or they, them. I identify as agender, and I am currently being treated for PTSD. Going through treatment for PTSD during all of this is pretty intense. But as anybody who has gone through trauma work knows, the trauma work doesn't start and end with that therapy session. You kind of live it every single day. So emotionally, I am exhausted.
Hi, my name is Alex. My pronouns are he, him. I identify as a trans male. I am also bisexual and or pansexual and biromantic. I do have mental health issues that make life more difficult for me at this time. It's usually a product of having so much time to myself or overthinking. It's also a product of the environment being not so saturated with people that I usually trust in my life.
My name is Jason. My pronouns are he, him, and I am a trans man. Before lockdown, I worked full-time as a barista in a local coffee shop. So I saw a lot of people, spoke to a lot of people. So one of the first things that I did, sign up to be a local volunteer. Being an extroverted sort of person and having to be by myself with my own thoughts is not really something that I relish. I prefer to be distracted more often than not. The prospect of 4 whole days with not seeing anyone isn't something that I'm really looking forward to.
I currently have a diagnosis of BPD, which I've had for like 3 years now. It's been challenging. I'm a person that really likes to-do lists and having structure throughout my day, so having this kind of like stripped away has been quite challenging. Yeah, it's been hard.
Mentally, have always, very long time I've struggled with depression and anxiety, panic disorder. My mental health has been crazy.
I do suffer from anxiety and depression. I do take medication for it, and it's been a little hard recently because I had to refill my prescription.
So my mental health before quarantine was pretty bad. Just having like quite a traumatic childhood and having experiences that a lot of trans people have had, and just being kicked out by family, being neglected, kind of just feeling isolated anyway.
I have generalised anxiety disorder that I was diagnosed with about 4 or 5 years ago. Generally speaking, to deal with anxiety and that like constant underlying feeling of nervousness and anxiousness, I am always doing stuff, I'm always busy, and so to be stuck in the house is not great. I just need stuff to do, or I just combust. I just fall apart.
I have just arrived at my therapist's office. We tried doing telehealth, but because I'm in therapy for trauma, telehealth is really not the best method for us. It really wasn't doing much for me. A couple fun things this week. I had a meltdown about gender because male and female are not genders, but for some reason those are always the options when you're asked to designate your gender. They tell you male or female, and those are not correct. Those are sexes, not genders. I talked to a number of people about it. It really got to me. I spent some time during my work day just like crying. I didn't know how to handle it, but emotionally it was just a lot.
My lockdown experience so far has been very varied. The days that have been good have been really good, and the days that have been bad have been really bad. It's been interesting. It's kind of like fluctuating from one extreme to the other. I don't know if that has to do with being cooped up inside. There is a possibility.
I had to leave social media because it was getting too much. People were becoming bored. Everyone wanted to fight. I became very negative and toxic. I couldn't focus properly on my project, on myself, and I got sucked into the whole fight. So I went through a very tough period of being depressed for maybe 2-3 weeks. I had to kind of think about how I can just stop all of that and be better me. So I just decided, to just leave all of the social media.
Things have been a little rough. Just my roommate and I have been fighting quite a bit just because both of our mental health have just been not great. I've just been going out a lot by just going on drives or going on walks. I still have some rough days where I'm just I feel very lonely right now because either my roommate's doing her own thing with her own mental health, which totally fine, or my boyfriend's busy so I can't call him.
I am currently very, very overwhelmed and can't deal with anything. Yeah, so Splodge decided to take off. So we've had a lot of orders through there in a very short amount of time, which is kind of massively good, but also very stressful and very oh my god, this is actually going quite well. Of which I don't know if I want, which is quite bad to say.
I've been kind of struggling the past few days with my mental health. It hasn't been going great. Doing a lot of sleeping. I slept literally all day yesterday. Woke up, made some food, came back to bed because at the moment I'm just what's the point? My life is essentially on hold and I'm definitely someone who needs something to look forward to all the time. Whether that be I normally have lots of gigs booked in throughout the year, holidays, trips to see people to different cities, things like that. I kind of had this realisation that I have nothing to look forward to in terms of what normally keeps me going. I've been using gigs and trips as a way to kind of stay sane and look to the future literally since I was about 13. So it feels quite strange knowing I'm not going to have any of that. It's just pretty crap, to be honest. I'm just tired, which is ridiculous because I'm sleeping about 18 hours a day. It's just exhausting living in this kind of middle ground of not knowing.
Things have been kind of rough, I'm not gonna lie. I saw my boyfriend for our 8 months and we've kind of been just seeing each other, hanging out as much as possible because there's really nothing else to do. And I know that's technically not following quarantine, but he's quarantined with his 2 roommates, I'm quarantined with my 1. That doesn't break the groups of 5 or more. It's just been hard because it's I want to take care of myself and everyone around me, but that's I was doing really badly mentally, and that was I know that I literally just needed a hug from him. It's that one hug from that one person can really just help so much, and that really is what helped.
I don't really have anything to say today. I just feel really out of it all of the time. My brain is trying to process stuff, but it's always an hour too late. And I just want a nap all the time. It has really messed with my degree. It's really messed with my life. It has really messed with my mental health. I feel really unpredictable at the moment. I feel kind of a little bit out of control, I keep having bursts of anger and I don't know where they're coming from. I'm just bored and tired and bored, and wish we were not in lockdown anymore. I'm having more bad brain days more recently than I am good. I don't really have any reason for it. It's just a low feeling of I'm not sleeping well. I keep waking up. I can't get back to sleep. So that's kind of taking its toll on me. Yeah, it's tiring. It's just tiring doing nothing, but also doing a lot at the same time. But I'm very thankful that I've got Rosie and that I'm not alone during lockdown, because I think if I was, I'd be absolutely crazy by now. More than I already am. I am so tired.
I think it's week 5 of lockdown. I'm not having a good time. The breakdown that I kind of expected to come pretty early on finally hit me. I have spent most of this week either in tears or asleep. I think I'm starting to fully lose the plot. Breakdown has beaten me. I am ill at the end of the day, and not only am I kind of depressed, but there is something else going on that we have had to put on hold, which is really hard because I made the jump to kind of go to the doctor and admit that I feel like I'm crazy. It's hard. I'm very deflated. I haven't really done much this week. I couldn't even tell you, like, I haven't even really been watching TV. I think I've kind of spent most of the week kind of dissociating because I don't have much recollection of it other than the really strong emotions I felt. So yeah, the breakdown came. It was ugly and messy. I have noticed a pattern. I seem to have one kind of every 6 months. I get the overwhelming sense of like I'm a failure and where I am is not where I'm supposed to be and I don't fit anywhere, and that is hitting me really hard at the moment. I've had enough. I just need time away and time alone, but not like trapped in my room alone. I am struggling a lot.